A lot of rain here in Boston throughout the day, but we should be all right to get first pitch started. The Angels trying to pick up their first victory on the road trip as we wrap up this three-game set against the Boston Red Sox. From inside Fenway Park, we welcome you back to Angels Baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and there was a couple of good takeaways from last night's game, even though it resulted in a loss. But the Angels' offense did come back down 6-0, and they were led by Andrelton Simmons, who had his first three-hit game since May the 10th.
Yeah, Victor, when you think about it, he has been struggling as far as his timing since coming back from the disabled list. Before that, hitting .330, but now all of a sudden last night, the timing's back. I mean, you get that infield base hit, but he uses the whole field as well as anybody in baseball. Anytime with two strikes, he's going to put the ball in play. He's going to hit a hole. He's going to drive it the other way. So important when you think about it, as far as with runners in scoring position, one of the most consistent as far as driving the baseball. .410 average career-wise here at Fenway Park. Going to need him batting that fifth spot here today in the lineup for the Angels.
Yeah, Jaime Barria is on the mound for the Angels. We're going to step away for a moment. When we return to Fenway Park, we're going to get you updated on what's going on with Shohei Ohtani. Some good news this afternoon. Every new opportunity with a redesigned exterior and 31 Highway MPG. Test drive one today. By Mercury Insurance, we're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Welcome back out to Fenway Park as we get you ready for the finale of this three-game set between the Angels and the Red Sox. The Angels did get some news. good news, Gooby, on Shohei Ohtani this afternoon.
Yeah, Victor, when you think about all the bad news of late as far as injuries, some good news with Shohei Ohtani. He's going to be swinging the bat as of tomorrow. Get it ready at some point here, maybe a little before the All-Star break or certainly after the All-Star break, joining the lineup as a batter, DH. He's been cleared to swing the bat right now, and it's a good thing when you think about it. 6 home runs, 20 RBIs this season for Shohei Ohtani, giving the lineup a little bit better balance. We saw him at home the other day, tracking pitches down in the bullpen just to be able to read the seams of fastballs and breaking balls, and getting ready, and getting focused, and should be back in the lineup before too long.
It'll certainly be a welcome addition once he's ready to go. Speaking of ready to go, we are here in Boston, just about ready for first pitch. Sit back, relax. Lineups when we return. Out to left, toward the corner. Gardner will watch it go, and that is gone. Big fly for Andrelton Simmons on a hanging breaking ball.
High fly ball right field, well struck back.
Up before it's gone. And by Tough Turtle Turf, a full landscape design company.
Tough.
Carl's Jr. The tempting El Diablo Thick Burger has returned to Carl's Jr. Pick it up before it's gone. And by Tough Turtle Turf, a full landscape design company. Back out here at Fenway Park, and light little mist falling here, and it's going to dissipate very soon, we are told, and we should be all clear the rest of the night. The Angels and the Red Sox wrapping up their season series. It's been all Boston, Gooby, unfortunately for the Angels, as they have won the first 5 games of the series and have done so in pretty good fashion. Although last night, nice job by the Angels offense to at least battle back.
Yeah, and when you think about it, they've scored a lot of runs early, and they've added on, and especially with the long ball, a lot of home runs against the Angels this season for Red Sox hitters. That's why it's so important to be able to get off to an early lead here. Not had a lead yet against the Red Sox the season series.
We've had some opportunities, including last night, but just not able to do so. See what happens this evening as we take a look at the lineup for Mike Scioscia. The Angels at 41 and 40. At the start of the day, 12.5 back and 9 back in the wild card race. It'll be Kinsler leading things off at second base, Trout at DH. Upton's at left, Pools at first, Simmons at short. Fletcher gets the start at third. Young's in center, Briseño behind the plate, and Michael Hermosillo gets a start out in right field. This left-hander, Brian Johnson, 27-year-old out of Cocoa Beach, Florida, pitching in his 23rd game, second start of the season.
Yeah, not overpowering fastballs. Can be 87 to 91 range. Will throw a curveball, a lot of sliders, a lot of breaking pitches, occasional changeup. My go-tos, though, to be successful against Johnson tonight is square up those breakables well over 40–45% of his pitches are going to be breaking balls, and jump on that first pitch fastball before he can get to those breaking ball counts.
Check out the defense for the Red Sox tonight. Very similar to what we've seen late. The only changes at second and behind the plate tonight. You got Holt at second base. Vasquez back behind the plate. He had the opening day nod behind the dish on Tuesday.
And Mookie Betts out in the right field. First Sox player to win back-to-back Gold Gloves since Dwight Evans won 5 straight back from 81 through 85. Also a right fielder, very good outfielder, great throwing arm. Dwight Evans, Mookie Betts is a very accurate throwing arm. Former second baseman turned into one of the best outfielders in the game.
Johnson's ready to go, as is Ian Kinsler. He will stroll to the plate. Ryan Johnson has faced the Angels one time in his career, and that was as a reliever. Went 3 innings. Did not allow a run, just 1 hit. See what he has in store for the Angels tonight. Remember, the Angels on the season have struggled against left-handed pitching. Just a .230 team batting average against lefties this year. Kinsler hitting .216. It his 11th home run last night. He's got 22 runs batted in. A 1-for-5 game, as the Angels had a total of 11 hits. First one tonight. Check swing roller back up the middle. Bogarts has it. 1 pitch, 1 out to start this one.
Not fully committed to going after that pitch. Talk about the need to be able to get on that first pitch fastball. 0-0 counts when hitters have put the ball in play coming in this game against Johnson. .438 batting average. 7 for 16, including a home run.
Trout takes upstairs for ball 1. .323 batting average. 23 home runs. Mike yesterday on board twice with a single and a walk. Back at DH once again.
And back inside with fastballs. 88-89 first 2 pitches. Fastballs again, not going to be overpowering, so he's going to try to stay off the plate in against Trout and fade that breaking ball away.
On the corner for a strike. Johnson making his 2nd start of the season. His first appearance of the year back on April the 2nd was a start, and that was at Miami. Been a reliever from that point forward. 2-1. 2 balls, 2 strikes to get the spot start for Stephen Wright, the knuckleballer, who was scheduled to start tonight. He's on the DL now. There's Alex Cora. They sit atop the American League East at the start of the day by half a game. 54-27. Trout's 2-2 pitch. Way outside. Full count.
And Trout chased that fastball upstairs the one before. 54 wins this season for the Red Sox.
Time called.
See if we'll go either that high fastball again or try that backdoor curveball.
Showed you that Red Sox record as far as the Angels are concerned, too. The Seattle Mariners won today, as did the Oakland Athletics. Trout rolls one softly toward third. Devers has to hurry. Quick transfer, and that is a close play, but Trout called out. 2 down.
And Trout just a little bit of a difficult time getting out of the batter's box initially. So he was jammed on that one. Devers got a lot on that throw, off balance throw, but got a lot on and got Trout by half a step.
2 quick outs for Johnson, both via the ground ball. And here's Justin Upton. Upton last night 1 for 4, had a single, a walk, and a run scored. Comes in batting .248, 17 home runs, has driven home 44. Takes the first pitch strike. Some soggy grounds here at Fenway Park. It rained all day. And pretty hard, especially in the morning hours.
Even late last night in that long game. A lot of rain after the game last night.
Upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tarp was off the field when we
got to the ballpark today, which was a good sign. For a brief time there, at around 6 o'clock, they were standing near the tarp, thinking that perhaps there was one more cell going to pass through, but it did not happen. Fortunately, we got started on time here. This one's in for a strike, 1-2.
Yeah, just occasional little drizzle at this point, a little mist.
But both teams are leaving after the game, so I'm sure the Red Sox don't want to get into New York to start a Yankee series tomorrow at 4 a.m. So I'm sure they were hoping for the best as far as getting this one started on time. Angels will go down to Baltimore. 1-2 pitch. It takes low, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
What we've seen so far from Johnson, he'll run the fastball in, up, through that slow curveball. Mentioned he has a changeup. It doesn't throw a lot of changeup. He turns over his fastball.
Former first-round pick of the Red Sox in 2012 at the University of Florida. 2-2, driven out to center field, hit well. Bradley racing back. He'll jump up and make an unbelievable catch for the 3rd out, robbing Upton of extra bases.
Yeah, we talked about him already in this series. He's one of the best as far as going back on a baseball. And to have that concentration, knowing you're going to run into that wall and catch a baseball, very impressive for Jackie Bradley Jr. Controls it and slams into the wall.
The Boston Red Sox have measured their 54-27 mark. Betts, Benintendi, Martinez in the top third. Moreland, Bogarts, and Brock Holt at second base tonight. The middle third of the order, then you've got Devers, Vasquez, and Bradley rounding out that starting 9. Jaime Barria making his 11th start of the season, 5-3 so far. A 3.40 earned run average. It could be the last 2 starts for him. A little shaky.
Yes, especially because he's been behind in the count. My go-tos for Maria to be successful here this evening at Fenway Park is second down in motion. That means be able to utilize those secondary pitches, both his slider and his changeup are very important against this lineup for the Boston Red Sox. And fastballs in. They like to get their arms extended. You got to run that fastball in and jam him throughout this game tonight if he's going to be successful against the Red Sox for Barria.
Barria's first one is a little bit down for ball 1. Betts, 338, 20 home runs, 41 runs batted in. 338 batting average, tied for second at the start of the day, the American League. Gene Segura. 2 balls, no strikes. As we saw last night, the last thing you want to do, and this is already a very good offensive team, is provide the base runners via walks and or by falling behind in counts. 2-0. Takes a strike, 2-1.
It's going to be important to be able to throw his changeup if he is behind in the count, not relying necessarily on throwing that fastball.
First career start against Boston for Barria. This is popped up. Shallow right center. Kinsler drifting out. There's the first down at the bottom of the first. Take a look at the Angels on the defensive side of things. The outfield looks like this with Upton, Young, and Hermosillo in the outfield from left to right. Fletcher Simmons on the left side, Kisler Pujols on the right, Briseño behind the plate.
And now David Fletcher going to get some significant playing time at third base. This will be his 5th start at third base. He's committed 1 error so far. He's also played some second, short, and right field this season for the Angels. Pretty good throwing arm also. He's got some good range at third base for David Fletcher.
Andrew Benintendi at the plate, 290 hitter for the left fielder. He takes down and away. I mentioned the 2 starts for Berea being shaky. He got a no decision his last time out. That was against Toronto. Went 5 innings, allowed just 1 run, but he had 4 walks, which is a career high for him and very unusual for a guy known as a strike thrower. Falls behind again, 2 balls and no strikes. The start before against Arizona gave up 6 runs on 6 hits in his 4 innings. That also a career high as far as the runs allowed. But you're going to go through those things with a youngster at the major league level. This was out toward right center field. Hermosillo slides over, 2 down.
And you talk about how important, really, Victor, for him to, like most pitchers, get ahead of the count. When you look at his numbers versus his fastball this season, a .316 batting average versus fastball, 7 home runs allowed. But his secondary pitches have been outstanding. It's a 200 batting average against him, 2 home runs allowed. But his fastball batting average of late has gone up way higher. We're going to show that in a little bit. But the difference between early on and what he's done over the last few starts in the fastball getting hit by major league hitters.
First pitch breaking ball to J.D. Martinez. He's in for a strike. Martinez 2 for 4 last night with a home run and a single. Had 3 runs batted in. Scored twice. 329 now.
I still think you have to make those hitters uncomfortable. They've been looking out over the plate. Fastball up and in there for Berea. Nagy, that's one of the conversations he's been having with his pitchers against Boston this season, is trying to get that fastball off the plate in. Jam them there.
Nice pitch in on the hands. Jaime Berea with a quick 1-2-3 first. We'll hit the second with no score.
Hey,
Get your red on at Angel Stadium.
Yes, get your red
with
on
the
there,
Coca-Cola Friends and Family Fun Pack for only $44. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 soft drinks. For more information regarding the Coca-Cola Friends and Family Fun Pack, go to angels.com/fun pack. Fun pack.
See how much fun you had?
Yep. Working here. That's it.
Yes.
Pujols lead things off, both starting pitchers with 1, 2, 3 first innings. Albert hitting .247. Lays off, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. 1 for 4 game with Albert. Last night a single and a walk, also scored a run. Huh. 2-1 count. Johnson's not the type of guy that's going to just give in on those 2-0 counts. He'll still go with that off-speed stuff. Three-one count. Simmons on deck. Pujols bounces this one over to the left side. Devers has it. 1 out.
Anderson Simmons coming to the plate. Let's take a look at our Old Dominion bringing their best. Anderson Simmons has brought his best to Fenway Park as far as batting average. Outstanding as far as 4th all time as far as batting averages in this ballpark with at least 50 or more at bats. .412 career hitter here in this ballpark for Anderson Simmons, just ahead of Ken Griffey Sr. at .411. Gino Petralli .414.
Senior book?
No.
Angelton swinging first pitch, skying one out the left field. Benintendi going back. Puts it away in front of the monster. 2 outs.
Still getting used to Benintendi with that short hair now.
He had pretty good flow going.
Oh, yeah.
There he is. A little heartbroken, I would imagine, after last night's loss by the University of Arkansas. Tough way to lose.
Yes.
1 out away.
Still has that look. He's a little bit dejected.
David Fletcher starting at third base, has a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Fletcher 7 for 23. That's a .304 batting average. Pulls this one through the hole on the left side, a base hit, a 2-out single. So man on. First one for either side. Chris Young coming to the plate.
Consistent contact from David Fletcher. Picks up another base hit. Johnson has given up 2 stolen base in 2 attempts. If you're a base runner against him, you're going on first movement.
By the way, the Razorbacks taking on Oregon State, the final game of the College World Series right now. Oregon State leading 2-0 in the second. Chris Young hitting .176. It's a start in center field with Trout DHing. 2 doubles, a triple, 6 home runs, 12 runs batted in. 1-2.
He's able to run that fastball in pretty good against right-handed batters so far in this game. Although right-handed batters hit .311 against him coming into this game.
One-two to Young. Check swing. He's able to hold up. 2-2.
Pretty good lead for David Fletcher at first base. Let's stick it back. His brother plays for University of Arkansas.
Dominic.
Benintendi, who had to field that base hit by David Fletcher when it got to the outfield. Bringing it all together for you, Victor.
6 degrees of separation, Gooby. Young gets jammed, fouls it off. Count remains at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mentioned Chris getting to start out at center. Trout is DH for 9 games now. Played catch once again before the game today. Looks like possibility he can be back out at center field tomorrow.
He almost has to be there at Camden Yards. Some of those amazing plays he has made throughout his career in that ballpark.
2-out single by Fletcher. He's over at first base.
You see his leg moving around. DH is this not for Mike Trout.
Young strikes out swinging. We'll head to the bottom of the second with no score.
Look at our Kia drive to success. Speaking of Jaime Barria, last season, when you think about it, started the season out in single A ball. Made his debut at the big leagues at age 21, the youngest Angel to do so since Mike Trout did so. He was 19 years old. He's been pretty solid for most of his starts, 8 of his 10, 2 or fewer earned runs for Barria.
Had a 1-2-3 first inning, facing Mitch Moreland here to start off the second. He'll be followed by Bogarts and Holt. 1-2.
changeup. Really good spot. Good changeup here. Starts in the strike zone. Falls out of the bottom part of the zone. 83 miles an hour with his changeup.
Got him with a high fastball away. Down goes Moreland, 1 out.
That's pretty good pitching. That whole sequence started off with a good fastball at the knees and away at 91 and finished him off with a 92 mile an hour fastball. Set up with that good changeup to pitch before. Differential 9 miles per hour, but its location of the two pitches. Look at that pitching north and south. A changeup below the strike zone and then the fastball above the strike zone.
Xander Bogaerts a .278 hitter this year. 12 home runs. He's driven home 44. 1 for 5 game last night. Had a double. Two balls, no strikes. 22 doubles on the season for Bogaerts.
Little tight slider there and a 2-0 count.
Pulled down the left field line, a base hit. One hops the monster. Bogaerts on his way to second, make that 23 doubles on the year. Really got that barrel out in front for that fastball.
Another extra base hit for Bogaerts and the Red Sox. That's his 23rd double. They have 6 batters in the lineup tonight, Victor, with 30 or more extra base hits. The fastball was upstairs. He brought his hands up very well and lines that to the corner for a double.
So man in scoring position. Brock Holt at the plate, second baseman tonight. Eduardo Nunez getting the night off. Holt hitting .299 this year, 12 doubles, a triple, a home run, 17 runs batted in. This is fouled back and out of play. Simmons trying to keep Bogaerts as close as possible to second base. Lays off. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
So one pitch when Maria was going real well. He was able to get a lot of swing and misses on his slider. Almost got Holt to chase that one.
Way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's trying to do too much with a changeup. Instead of trusting the grip. So far as differential and speeds of pitches, best fastball 93, changeup at 82. Slider's been 83 to 84 range throughout.
Devers on deck. One out double. Bogarts at second base. Full count. Time is ready. 3-2. Hold. Just got a piece of it. Off of Briseño. And we'll reset and do it again. Short slate of games around Major League Baseball. Mentioned some of the finals already. And then Seattle v. Baltimore 4-2 in 10 innings. Twins over the White Sox 2-1 in 13 innings. Oakland 4-2 winners over the Tigers. Houston and Tampa Bay currently playing down in St. Petersburg to open up their 4-game set. Another payoff. Holt slices it foul.
It's not unusual to see Holt with a long at bat. He doesn't chase many pitches out of the strike zone, shortens up the swing. You got to look, if you're adjusting up in that way, he's going to try to punch the ball to left field.
Three-two again. Holt cues this one back toward the middle. Simmons is there. Holt retired. 2 down. Bogarts advances to third.
Good job by Simmons staying under control on that one to be able to make that play at first. My Hyundai key for this game for the Angels to be able to beat Boston for the first time this season. The little Thompson twins. King for a day. It's an opportunity even as a young pitcher to give your team the best chance. You always talk about momentum. It's always started with the starting pitcher, and so far so good. Jaime Barria, chance to be the king, be able to find a way to get a W here today and snap this losing streak to the Red Sox.
Devers a 241 average. Time is going to work from the stretch with 2 outs. Devers had a 3-hit game last night, 2 singles, a double, scored twice, also picked up an RBI. Broken bat, roller to short. And just does get him. Devers gets down the line for a big guy. No damage. 2 complete. We're scoreless. but no damage. The Angels here in the third inning will send up Briseño, Hermosillo, and Kinsler against the left-hander Brian Johnson, making the spot start tonight with the knuckleballer. Even right on the DL. The sun has come out here ever so slightly as it begins to set here in Boston. Breaking the clouds has illuminated the right field bleachers. Briseño behind the plate tonight, 9 for 24. It's a .375 batting average with a double. 2 home runs, 4 runs batted in. Takes a huge hang, comes up empty.
He doesn't get cheated, that's for sure. He's trying to drive a baseball a long way. I really like what he does behind the plate. He really controls game plan very well as far as calling pitches, blocking pitches in the dirt. Been pretty solid offensively also. So that 50% base runners, 2 of 4. With the sunshine in one part of the ballpark, you still have that little clouds and mist.
That's bias though.
Yes.
Low clouds over there by downtown.
Fenway Park.
Historic Fenway Park.
Yes.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
We got to sign that wall behind the Green Monster yesterday.
That we did.
Yes.
I wonder if they've ever taken a guess as to how many signatures there are on that wall or have been on that wall over the years. Briseño fouls with back. Back in. Vasquez gives it a look, but it's on the screen behind the plate.
Well, since we signed it, I'm guessing there's more than 2 then.
You think?
Yeah.
You were good at math.
Yeah. There we go. There's another dent on that wall that I gave up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the Marty Barrett dent.
Yeah, it's such fond memories.
Fond memories.
Yes.
I still can't believe you'd never been back there.
No, never.
1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's hard to believe considering it's the visitors are on the third base side. Pitchers are always warming up out there in the left field grass before BP and stuff.
Yeah. A lot of room back there, though, don't you think?
You're kind of, I mean, you really are our Curious George. You, it would be like something you would do. You would go back there to see what's behind the wall. 2-2. Foul back.
Yes, Curious George. Oh, yeah.
And you still don't believe it's 310 down the line?
No.
No?
No, absolutely not.
What do you think it is? It was 310 on my high school field.
Yeah. I firmly believe about 285 to 290 down that line. There we are. Yeah, look how much room we have in there.
Yeah, you have to duck quite a bit there. That's for sure.
Yes.
Briseño strikes out for the first down. Second strikeout for Johnson. Our thanks, by the way, to the Boston Red Sox PR staff for allowing us to get back there and setting it all up for us.
Yeah, that was great. Get another curveball from Johnson to get a swing and miss on that pitch. But yeah, it was a lot of fun going back there. I saw with Tom Petty back there, some stuff. He was back there with his signature.
It was the guy who ran the board for the longest time back there. 2 things. Was a huge Tom Petty fan.
Yes.
That's why you see Christian Ellis was his name. And not only that, he was a Yankee fan, which is weird. So that's why there's a bunch of Tom Petty quotes and lyrics all over the walls there. And I guess he had painted the NY logo somewhere back there.
Well, you had the protection of the wall from everyone else. That's why.
You see, it takes
a lot of stuff on Ted Williams back in there, too. That was pretty cool.
2-1 count on Michael. It's 4 for 36. Michael was in center last night, back in right tonight. 2-2. There's a Tom Petty quote right above there. Waiting is the hardest part. Just one of many of those throughout the area back there.
That's where we signed that, on that wall, cement wall.
Hermosillo hits one out toward left center field. Bradley and Benintendi. It's Bradley making the call and the catch. 2 down.
Bradley has covered some ground both to left center to right center in his career in center field here for the Red Sox. Outstanding play in the first inning against Justin Upton for Jackie Bradley Jr.
Interesting thing, I was talking to Joe Castiglione, the longtime radio voice of the Boston Red Sox at the start of the series, and we were talking about Jackie and his struggles offensively. He says defensively, wait till after the pitch as Kinsler takes a strike. He didn't see Griffey play on an everyday basis, but he's as good, he says, as Willie Mays.
Wow.
Covering ground. And he says there's 2 different styles of going after a baseball for Jackie. There's this beautiful stride like Devon White.
Yep.
That's when he knows he's got it. He's tracking it well. Then there's the time when he puts his head down and sprints to a spot. When you go back and watch the Upton drive to center field, it's exactly what I looked for. And I looked over to Joe and I was pointing at him. I said, now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He put his head straight down, ran to a spot, looked up, found the ball, and made that terrific catch, robbing Upton.
When you think about it, this is a very difficult outfield to play. This ball was hit very well by Upton. And you're right, he's just beelining right back to that spot and leaps up and not only catches it, but he slams harder than that wall. There's padding there, but that's not a lot of protection.
Kinsler pulls one to left field, a base hit with 2 outs. Trout will bat with a man on. Second hit allowed by Johnson.
Yeah, when you look at the dimensions of this field, the center fielder, a good defensive center fielder, when you think about it, it's such a plus. You play 81 games in this ballpark.
Now they get that Bermuda triangle out there in right center field, 420, the deepest part of the ballpark.
Your good buddy Fred Lynn used to play out there for a long time.
Freddie, my guy. Here's Trout, grounded out in first. Not here this week though.
I know, it's
Louis
like the first
Tiant
time.
was here last night.
I used to love to watch him pitch.
Oddly enough, they showed him on the big screen without a cigar in his mouth.
Differential in his speed, best fastball. That's his best he's going to have throughout this game is 91. That slow curveball, 75 for Johnson. Pitch Trout inside pretty effectively the first at bat.
1-0 count.
Trout with good career numbers, batting average wise here in this ballpark. 359 coming into this game, but still looking for that first career home run here. See, last time he dropped that backdoor curveball on him, 2-0 count.
Trout lays off the off-speed pitch, and he's ahead of the count of 3-0. What are you looking at?
Could this be the first time? 3-0.
Takes ball 4. First free pass, and the Angels have 2 on with 2 outs here in the 3rd inning.
Let's take a look at our tools of the trade, brought to you by a Rams Rocks back. Jackie Bradley Jr. in his defense. He has played and has played against the Angels. What an outstanding catch. No, Escobar lined that when Claudia had a chance in an extra base hit. Bradley slams up against the wall. Tonight, slams up against the wall again. This time going to left center. Last year was right center field. Outstanding range and controlling the baseball after making contact with the wall.
Up to takes upstairs. Johnson able to find the strike zone now. 5 wide ones. Justin, nothing to show for that drive off the bat in the first. Two down.
See if he's going to throw a 2-0 fastball this time. He hasn't thrown it yet. Bogarts with a mound visit.
Foul back. Good rip. 2-1 count.
They throw him a 2-0 fastball there. Young players now in the big leagues. So far, so good. It's working their game plan. Senio and Berea.
Back toward the middle. Bogarts has it. He's got to play it first. He was going to race the second, trying to force out Trout, but Trout is always running hard, forcing the throw. And the Angels will leave 2 on base. Went to the bottom of the third, still scoreless. Stages begin. Coverage begins at 6 a.m. Pacific as Lionel Messi in Argentina take on Paul Pogba in France. Then at 11 Pacific, there's more. Cristiano Ronaldo leads Portugal against Luis Suarez and Uruguay.
Yes.
You can catch all the action on Fox and Fox Sports app.
Uruguay.
Man, hope Team Germany has a safe flying home from Russia.
Glad you were rooting for him.
I wonder how Ken French is doing.
He hasn't said a word in a while now. I think
know.
he's a little bit down with that news.
Vasquez, Bradley, Betts for Boston here in the third against Jaime Barria. Gave up a 1-out double, but nothing else in that second inning. Vasquez rips it foul.
Big smile. High fives.
One ball, two strikes. Vasquez, the catcher, hitting .217. 3 home runs, 12 runs batted in. Let's this one out to right center field. Playable for either Young or Hermosillo. Michael calling for it. 1 down. Jackie Bradley Jr. coming to the plate.
3 fly ball outs, 3 ground ball outs, and 1 strikeout so far for Barria.
Bradley at even 200 on the season. 5 home runs, 21 runs batted in. Eight for 18 against the Angels with 2 of those 5 home runs and 6 RBIs. Two out. 3 balls, no strikes. Seemed kind of a little set it himself. Especially on that changeup that's trying to kind of guide to the outside part of the plate. Betts on deck. Strike on the inside corner.
Bradley's got good speed to 8 stolen bases, so you want to make sure when Betts comes to the plate here that there's no one on and come all the way back in this count now.
Good off-speed pitch.
There's no way as a number 9 hitter and you're hitting 200 you were expecting a 3-1 changeup. That was a great changeup from Barria. They're sitting fastball and they got a changeup.
Three-two, and he got him. Came back, picks up the strikeout, his second of the night. 2 down.
You talk about secondary pitches being important. That was a good backdoor slider. Get the swing and miss. Bradley Jr. asking the home plate umpire if that was a strike, was close enough. You have to protect anyhow as a hitter.
Betts batting with the bases clear. Popped out his first plate appearance. Takes a strike.
Take that. That was a slide that looked like a little bit off the plate. Really went back to a little bit better pace in this game so far for Barria. First career start in this ballpark.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Good changeup. Betts is going to make contact with that pitch. He's going to pull a foul.
2-1 change piece.
Do a 3-1 changeup to Bradley Jr. Anytime as a pitcher, you're already thinking, what pitch can I throw here? What sequence did I do? I got him out the first at bat. It's an all-speed pitch his first at bat. He came back to another all-speed pitch there on a 2-2 count. You have a pitcher and catcher combination making their major league debuts this season for the Angels.
2-2. Betts pulls one through the left side. Brought the hands in.
Yeah, that was a pretty good pitch, really.
I mean, we see it every single night with Trout. You're like, wow, what a great play. Now, there's so many good players in baseball. Betts is just one of those guys that gets measured with Trout now, because that's a tough pitch. 94-mile-per-hour fastball on a 2-2 count in.
Yeah, you had a 2-1 changeup. You had a slider, make it 2-2, and then you throw a fastball 94. There's a pretty good differential in the speeds of those pitches, and it was located right. Yet Betts brought his hands inside and got that ground ball through the hole. Yeah, some outstanding young talent in Major League Baseball.
Andrew Benintendi takes ball 1. Had a fly ball to right field in the first inning. Foul back. .46 total pitches thrown by Berea, 27 strikes, 2 strike counts, no walks. Base hit by Betts, a second knock that he's allowed tonight. See how things go for Berea now, second time through the order.
Actually, when you look at his numbers this season, better second time through the orders compared to even the first, and then third time through. First time through 256, second time 213, then 294 to third time through. Benintendi didn't like that call, but that was a fastball upper part of the strike zone at 92 in the zone.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. They'll check in on Betts. 14 stolen bases on the year. He leads the team. Benintendi just behind him at 13.
Still looking at Benintendi, looks completely different now than what he did in the past. Last season, tremendous hair. Length there, different now.
Cues out with foul.
Certainly had a solid sophomore season so far. 13 home runs, 19 doubles, 5 triples.
Out toward right center field. Young got a good jump on it. He will track it down. saves a run. We're through 3, still scoreless here at Fenway. Taking on the Mariners at 7:07. Fans in attendance for CV Trout shirt, to courtesy of your SoCal Honda dealers while supplies last. For more information, go to Angels.com. As Albert Pujols will lead things off here in the Angels half of the 4th inning. Still scoreless. Brian Johnson making the spot start. 51 pitches, 29 strikes, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 2 hits allowed.
When you think about it, so far in the first 5 games of the series against the Red Sox, the first 3 innings, the Red Sox outscored the Angels 27-3. So far so good for Jaime Barria. Now looking for the offense to get it going.
Albert pulls one to Devers. 1 out. Well struck, but right to the Red Sox third baseman.
Yeah, we showed that graphic last night as far as hitting baseballs 95 or more exit velocity off the bat for Albert Pujols. That ball was hit very well, rated Devers at third base. .98 miles an hour exit velocity off the bat from Albert Pujols.
Anderson Simmons saw 1 pitch, jumped all over it, hit a fly ball to deep left in the 2nd. 0 for 1. Out to deep left field. Benintendi's not going to catch this one. That is gone. Big fly for Andrelton Simmons, 5th of the season. Angels lead it 1-0.
We talked about Andrelton Simmons in the opening today. 3 hits last night. .412 career hitter in this ballpark coming into the game. Now a home run, 5th of the season. It's our top tier play brought to you by Arco. Break a ball, he stayed back on it, tried to backdoor that curveball. Even though that front hips opened up a bit, he kept the bat back and then lined it well out to left field here for a home run, solo shot. Halo is with the lead.
David Fletcher drives one out to left center field. It's playable for Benintendi. He's got to go back now.
First lead for the Angels against the Red Sox this season. Simba getting hot again. That timing is getting back since coming back from the disabled list. Well, just want to wish Jake Jewell all the best. He's back in Los Angeles right now.
Chris Young struck out of the second, is 0 for 1.
Jake sent out some tweets today thanking everybody for the thoughts and prayers after that injury last night.
Two one. A little bit low. 3 balls at a strike. Red Sox start to get action going in their pen. Johnson at 60 pitches now. Three-one. Young pulls it to left field. Is it going to hang up for Benintendi? It does. That's the 3rd out of the 4th inning. But the Angels get their first lead of the season against the Boston Red Sox, courtesy of that guy.
4th hit in the last 2 games for Simba against the Red Sox.
Join T-Mobile in showing appreciation for all military by sharing a photo or video with hashtag #HatsOffForHeroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Halos up 1-0 here at the bottom of the 4th inning. As I do every night here at Fenway Park, we do it at home as well, honoring the vet, current or former military person. JD Martinez to lead things off here. Will be followed by Moreland and Bogarts.
Tell you what, just looking at Briseño right there. He was setting up that target. He was trying to keep it down on the break ball. You know, it was a little bit further in front of the plate than he wanted, but he wanted to make sure that Maria didn't miss in the strike zone with that breaking ball ahead of the count at that point, 0-1.
Martinez a ground ball to second, his first time up. Really good pitch by Maria too to get JD, jamming it with a fastball in. Two. Get tight, full count. JD Martinez hits one out to deep center field. Chris Young got a good jump again. Makes the catch on the track for the first down of the fourth.
Talk about the importance of his fastball tonight. You know, that was off-speed pitch. Now take a look at it. We make it easy. Brought to you by SoCal Toyota. His fastball has been solid. Talk about that fastball inside. Has been setting up some of his secondary pitches. Runs that fastball in the first at bat against Martinez. It gets a soft ground out. Swing and miss on a high fastball against Moreland. And then Vasquez with a lazy fly ball and a high fastball. So far, so good as far as fastball and his command of that pitch.
Moreland struck out on the second with 2 strikeouts for Berea. There's his line so far, 3 1/3.
As we showed that fastball, when you look at the first 5 games with his fastball as compared to his next 5, or his batting average, the difference, first pitch strikes, the difference, but so far tonight, his fastball has been very effective. Trying to bring that batting average against that fastball down to where it was in the first 5 starts.
3-0 count.
First pitch strike percentage, not where he wants it, but he's been able to get back in the counts consistently with one of his 2 secondary pitches, whether it's a slider or changeup. 3-0 changeup.
Three-one. Caught the corner, full count. Moreland a glance back. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 1-0 Angels. Moreland strikes out on an off-speed pitch, 2 down.
Well, it's very reminiscent when I first came up to the big leagues with Tom Flash Gordon was 3-0 to Buddy Bell. To him, curveball, curveball, curveball to get a swing and miss. He was 3-0, went changeup, changeup, changeup here. Be able to get a swing and miss. So all speed, secondary pitches all the way back to get a swing and miss after being behind 3-0.
Xander Bogaerts a double to left. His first at bat, that was in the second. Beautiful sky here above Fenway. The sun sets. One one thing that Jaime really has done nicely today is that even though he's been behind in the count, hasn't gotten rattled or tried to overthrow. He's kind of stayed true to himself and thrown a lot of strikes. 3 strikeouts with no walks, 2 hits allowed. Two balls, 1 strike.
Tough time getting the Red Sox hitter to the chase at times tonight.
And there's a walk. First one allowed. It comes with 2 outs. Funny how pitchers remember that, the previous at bat, Bogaerts hit that double to left, jumped on a pretty good pitch.
Yeah. Trying to get him to chase, figured he would be aggressive because he had a good swing against you on the mound, but he did not chase anything out of the strike zone there.
First pitch strike on Brock Holt, to ground it out his first time up. Holt starting second baseman tonight. Got a man at first in Bogaerts. 70th pitch of the night for Jaime Barria. It's in for a strike.
That's one thing, that pitch count starting to get a little bit higher now for Barria. Most he has thrown at the major league level has been 96. And a pretty good fastball, though. Best velocity we've seen in a while. Best fastball tonight, 94.
Takes low.
It's pretty close. Good pitch.
Throw to first base. Bogaerts back easily.
See how beautiful that sky is now. See if Barria can't paint a pitch right here now to finish off this inning.
Holt pulls it foul. Just a little while ago, you were talking about Jake Jewell. Back in Los Angeles, he will have surgery tomorrow. The Angels have just announced here inside the press box. Holt takes a called strike 3. Barria gets out of it. So the 2-out walk stranded at first. We're through 4. Angels up 1-0. Boston Red Sox. It's Hector Velasquez taking over for Johnson. This pitch change brought to you by Purple Bricks.
Those numbers, pretty solid numbers so far. 22nd game. Fastball is going to be 87 to 93. He'll throw a curveball, slider, and split finger fastball.
Johnson in the spot start, 4 innings, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 3 hits, including a home run to Andrelton. Halos here in the 5th inning have Briseño, Hermosillo, and Kinsler, 8, 9, and 1. Jose struck out in the 3rd.
You think right there, if you get us another fastball in that part of the strike zone, that should play right into Briseño's swing.
Broke his bat. This one over to Devers. 1 down.
Now it's time for the Lowe's whole team together. A lot of players used by Mike Socha's club this season. When you think about it, 48 players used, most by any team. Club record is 55. Used 27 pitchers, most ever before the end of June. So that disabled list has been used quite a bit for Mike Socha's club here this season. 48 players used by the Angels. 14 players on the disabled list right now for the Angels.
Season doesn't stop though.
Nope.
You know, you got to keep rolling along.
That's what we talked about pregame show today. And that's the approach you have to take. You wish all the injured players the best, but you have to play that very next day. And see tonight so far, Berea's done a nice job as far as giving the Angels a chance. They're up 1-0 here.
Hermosillo flying ball to center field, his first at bat.
Berea next to Briseño. Looks Pena will be getting a start tomorrow night in Baltimore.
A 3-game set at Camden Yards begins tomorrow night. Night game tomorrow, late afternoon on Saturday, then a day game on Sunday. This one's bounced foul, 3-2. Three-two. Hermosillo bounces this one to Devers. He's got to back up, got to hurry, and that's an infield base hit. Tough play for any third baseman. The minute you back up, though, with the speed of Hermosillo, it's going to be a tough play. A man on for Kinsler now.
Yeah, we talk about Devers getting down the line very well, but Hermosillo really gets down that line quickly. Once you back up on that one right there, even with that arm strength he has, you're not going to be able to throw out. Hermosillo easily beats that out for an infield hit.
Ian looks at his strike. 1 for 2 tonight with a ground out and a single. 1-0 here in the 5th.
Long look down at Dino Weeble. Vasquez has thrown out 31% of base stealers. See, that's a pretty good lead for Hermosillo.
Quick throw to first. Hermosillo's back.
was leaning a little bit there. Velasquez is doing a nice job as far as holding the ball. I think he got a chance to get a pretty good jump on him, though. A little bit longer of a delivery times to the plate, about average.
Oh, 1. Kinsler swings through the fastball.
Take a look at our Carl's Cam replay from last night with Ian Kinsler at the plate last night. Homers against Rick Porcello, caught by an Angel fan. Gary Carlson and family. And on the Green Monster made the play. Kinsler with a home run last night, his 11th of the season. 245 career home runs for Ian Kinsler.
Behind in the count here at 1-2. Hector Velasquez, 29-year-old, native of Mexico, signed prior to last year after pitching several seasons in the Mexican professional leagues. Eight games, 3 starts for Boston last year. 21 games, 2 starts so far for the Boston Red Sox this year. The dirt, nice block by Vasquez. And Lucio still not going anywhere at first base. Trout's on deck. Two. 3-2, pardon me. We'll see with 8 stolen bases this year at AAA. He's been caught 4 times, 35 bags last year. You figure he'll be on the move here. He is. This is pulled to third. They'll stay out of the double play. 2 down, and it's scoring position for Trout.
Mike Trout coming to the plate now. It's time for the Mercedes-Benz League leaders as far as the home runs. Leaders in Major League Baseball. JD Martinez at the top with 25. Jose Ramirez and Mike Trout tied for second with 23 home runs. Still looking for that first career home run in this ballpark. Picked up his 70th walk of the season, second at bat.
Oh for 1 with that walk.
Still seeing the Red Sox pitch him inside. First pitch with the fastball in.
Base of balls he picked up in the 3rd inning, his 70th. And now he gets drilled on the shoulder. So Trout will take first base. 2 on, 2 outs for Upton.
I was really curious to see if they were going to pitch to him anyhow.
It's the 4th time he's been hit by a pitch this year.
I got to read on that guard of that tricep area. Two more times on base tonight for Trout. This is going to be one of those big moments here for Justin Upton as far as driving in some base runners here.
It's been a tough go for him this year in these situations, as good as he was last year. It's kind of the opposite this season. Had an opportunity in the 3rd inning, but grounded out to finish off that frame. And we'll see with good speed at second. Trout, very good speed at first. First one's in for a strike.
Yeah, Justin has struggled with runners in scoring position this season. He's had plenty of opportunities. 173 last season, 336 with runners in scoring position.
One on one. And tight. Velasquez with a couple of ground outs. He's also allowed a hit. Infield variety, a hit batter. That one on the inside part of the plate. 2-2. Outfield straight around. Holt, the second baseman, shading a little bit toward the middle. See where Moreland's at off the base at first.
It's amazing how shallow the outfielders play for Boston. Tells you how comfortable they are going back on the baseball. Take away that base hit in front of them.
2-2. Called strike three. Upton goes down looking. The Angels still lead at 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the fifth.
Then a pitch. Oakland wins again, 10-2 in the last 12. They beat the Tigers 4-2. Paul Goldschmidt, we saw him in Anaheim just recently, 3 for 5, batting average now over 400 last 22 games. They win 4-0. Zach Greinke with the shutout in that one, and DJ LeMahieu, 2-run go-ahead home run in the 9th as the Rockies outslug the Giants 9-8.
Berea back to work in the bottom of the 5th inning. Tough strikeout for Justin Upton to end the inning, but a borderline pitch.
I think it was the pitch before too. They called a fastball off the inside corner strike, then a fastball off the outside corner strike.
Devers hits one out to center field, chasing Young back, and that is gone. We are tied at 1. The battle of 21-year-olds. Berea won the first one with a ground out. Devers hit to short. Devers gets even with him here in the 5th.
Fell behind in the count, and this time Red Sox made Berea pay for it. Another home run hit for Boston against the Angels. Fastball, middle of the plate and down. He went with it, drove it out to dead center field. 13th home run of the season. Missed opportunity for the Angels, and Boston comes right back. Now ties the game up at 1. It's a 19th home run Boston has hit against the Angels in this season series. A little over 3 home runs per game. The team, remember last year, what, 27th in baseball as far as the home run ball.
Just gonna say, what a turnaround for this franchise, considering where they were last year with that the lack of the long ball. Devers is 13th, 42nd RBI. Vasquez rips one to left. One hops the monster. Settles at the base of the wall. Christian trying to get into second with a double, and he is out after coming off the base. Kansas are able to keep the tag on there, so it goes a single, and then the put out by Upton.
Nice job by Ian Kinsler too, and just up to get in quickly. Initially going to be safe, but unable to stay on the base. A lot of times you'll get that quick carry him off the wall, but that is checked right up against the green monster. Gets it in quickly, and then the slide. He's in there initially, the tag on him, and then the hand off the base gets him.
You know, if he just takes a normal slide, he's safe.
Yep.
As opposed to cutting back inside, that momentum took him off the base.
It's a big out.
Yeah, for sure.
Field assist for Upton. Play by Ian Kinsler to keep that tag on him. Hard tag to begin with. Yeah, you're right. If he goes straight in the base, he's got it.
One out, nobody on for Bradley. Struck out in the 3rd.
You never know what kind of carom you're going to get off that green monster, depending on where that baseball hits. Higher off the wall, obviously it's going to bounce back quickly, but when you get down there towards the bottom where the scoreboard and the numbers are, it's checked up on them.
1-1. Good off speed pitch, 1-2. I was just going to ask you, as soon as Devers hit the home run too, as a starting pitcher, you're obviously watching what's happening, and you see your offense leave 2 more base runners on board. You still got a 1-0 lead. Are you thinking about, as you go out there, I've got to make sure they don't score here?
Yeah, you're thinking that, but all of a sudden, every once in a while, especially if you're a young pitcher, a negative thought creeps in your mind, and all of a sudden I go, I can't make a mistake. Well, then that's what happens at that point. Instead of just thinking, okay, I've gotten through 4 innings, I've pitched pretty well, I got to stay the same course.
One game here in the bottom of the 5th. Mookie Betts on deck. Popped him up. Kinsler calling for it.
Good change up.
2 down.
Going back to my Hyundai key for this game, for the Angels have a chance to be able to pick up this victory against Boston here today. Go king for a day. An opportunity, especially as a young pitcher, to go out there and perform and give your team a shot. It's all the momentum started with your starting pitcher. And so far, so good for Jaime Barria. Now with 2 outs in the 5th inning, is 1 run allowed on 4 hits. It's a very hot lineup for the Boston Red Sox.
Betts takes off the plate. 1 for 2. He had a single his last plate appearance. One.
Well, he's shown he's calling that pitch. It's very similar to the pitch that Justin Upton was rung up on. Boy, I love what Arsenio did. He kept shaking and said, trust me, trust me. Let's go right back out there with the fastball again. And he did, and he painted that fastball to work the count in his favor now.
This will be his 89th pitch of the night.
That's a good pitch. Hey, what? I love watching Arsenio behind the plate. He really is into the game as far as getting his pitchers to believe in the game plan.
Off-speed pitch missing upstairs. Full count.
They just got around on that breaking ball, but going back earlier in this sequence, he's saying to shake it off, shake off. He wants him to go fastball. He's saying basically, trust me on this one. Trust me. You're gonna get this spot, and it's gonna be a perfect pitch. And he painted that fastball. When you really have to have trust in your catcher. That 3rd time through, we talked about and showed those numbers, hasn't been as consistent for Barria yet in his young career in the big leagues. It's where the trust in your catcher and the game plan comes in to play even more so.
3-2 to Betts now. He'll bounce this one toward third. Fletcher's got it. Off balance throw. The inning comes to an end, but a leadoff home run by Rafael Devers ties this one up. It's a 1-1 game as we head to the 6th.
Get a great deal more than a great deal on all new Hyundai vehicles. See your Hyundai dealer today. And by Jack in the Box. Try the $4.99 Jack Spicy Chicken Club Combo with toasted sourdough. New from Jack in the Box.
Halos and Red Sox tied at 1 here at the top of the 6th inning. Velasquez back out for another inning. Came on and took over for Johnson in the 5th. And he'll face Pujols, Simmons, and Fletcher for the Angels here in the 6th. Albert tonight. Ground ball to third and a line out to third. That's low. And at the knees. 2-1 count. Two balls, one strike. Albert fouls it off with fastball.
Looked like Albert was trying to hit the ball the other way there.
Had a couple last night going out to right center field. One that was caught at the warning track in front of the Red Sox bullpen.
Albert has 4 home runs behind King Griffey Jr. in the all-time home run list.
Fouls this one back. Just above us. The count remains at 2-2. Albert lifts this one on the first base side. Moreland drifting over. Might have a play, and he does not. Almost goes over the railing.
Well, he was tracking that, and from our angle, I thought he had a shot at it.
Such a good defensive first baseman.
Very good long reach, too. Just past the glove. Helped up by his teammates falling into that dugout. Now, if it would have been the other way around in the Angels dugout, it may or might have got some help. Good at bat here working by Albert. Get a lot of fastballs.
This was out toward left, but pulled foul. Out of Fenway Park. Guessing fastball, got it. A little too quick.
See, all fastballs so far from 90, even that last one, 92s. Pretty good swing at a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. 9th pitch coming up.
Albert grounds this one to short. Got a pitch away from him. Bogarts, plenty of time. One down. There's Angelton Simmons. Homered off the starter, Brian Johnson. Give the Angels a 1-0 lead in the 4th inning. For Simba, his 5th home run of the season, 36th run batted in.
6 hits in this series so far for Simba. That was a breakable he hit out. Lefty Johnson. Breakable there on the inner half of the plate. Pretty good slider there. That home run now. Batting average at Fenway Park at .415 for Andrelton Simmons. First career home run, Fenway Park tonight.
On the first base side, this one a little bit deeper into the seats. Moreland, no chance. Stay tuned during the 7th inning stretch for the Nissan Game Break with Jose Mota.
Swing there on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball from Simmons. Seeing a slider, you've seen a curveball, some fastballs in this sequence.
Oh, 2 again. Chase trying to get him to chase a breaking ball. It's 1-2. One-two. Simba pulls it foul out in front. Johnson, by the way, went 4 innings, giving up a run on 3 hits, including that Simmons home run. Jaime Barria still in the game. He's gone 5. He's allowed 1 run on the home run to Devers, and that was in the 5th. He'll have 2, 3, and 4 coming up for Boston in the 6th inning.
So far, so good for Barria tonight.
Vasquez has to throw down to first, complete the strikeout. 2 down.
Doesn't happen too often with Andrelton Simmons, a strikeout. It's a pretty good pitch, though. Velasquez. It's that pitch in the lower part of the strike, a little splitter.
Two outs, nobody on. Here's David Fletcher, starting third baseman tonight, 1 for 2.
It's only the 13th time that Andrelton Simmons has struck out this season.
One ball, 1 strike. Houston leading Tampa Bay 1-0. Game at the top of the 7th. Tropicana Field Rays played much better baseball of late. Done it with the pitching. Somewhere with it led the American League or maybe Major League Baseball in pitching since middle of May.
Just 1 game under 500 himself right now. But it's such an important game here tonight for the Angels before heading on down to Baltimore.
One, 2, and that's a called strike 3. The Angels down in order. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 1-1 game.
Yeah, Felix Pena on the mound tomorrow night going against David Hess. Kashner going against Tyler Skaggs, who's been outstanding this season. Deck McGuire making his first start as an Angel going against Kevin Gossman, who's got that power sinker. So just a 3-6 record for Baltimore this year.
1-1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Andrew Benintendi cuts through the first one from Jaime Barria, with action beginning in the Angels bullpen. 92 pitches for Barria. Alvarez first man up. Ground ball to second base. Kinsler's got it. Benintendi is 0 for 3 tonight. 1 out. Those pitches thrown by Barria in the game. His career 96.
.53 strikes out of the 93 pitches thrown.
JD Martinez takes inside. Ground ball to second and a fly ball to center.
Going back inside again. Talked about that need to be able to throw that fastball in. He's been pretty effective throwing the fastball in on both lefties and righties this evening.
Off the plate, 3-0.
Could be his last batter here. He's not able to come back and get JD Martinez. He will be swinging 3-0.
Mitch Moreland, left-handed first baseman's on deck. 3-0 pitch. Was hacking.
We've seen this very well as far as Barria tonight on 3-0. He's been able to throw his secondary pitches to get back in the counts. Did not give in and throw a fastball because JD Martinez was ready for it. Throw him a slider instead.
Walks him here with 1 out. Socha looks like he's making the move. So at 98 pitches, Jaime Barria, who's thrown the ball exceptionally well tonight, will not get an opportunity here to continue. He'll depart with 4 strikeouts and 2 walks, 5 hits allowed, including the home run to Devers. The pitching changes. We're in the 6th inning. It's a 1-1 game.
California Toyota dealers. And by McDonald's. Download and register on the McDonald's app today for great deals.
1-1 game here in the 6th inning. Maria is out of it after going 5 1/3 and after walking J.D. Martinez. So Jose Alvarez takes over on the mound for Jose, pitching in back-to-back games. This will be his 41st appearance. 3-3 with a 3.09 ERA. He took the loss last night after issuing a 2-out walk, and then, of course, things opened up for him. He gave up a double and an RBI single thereafter. Facing Mitch Moreland. Moreland taking a big rip, comes up empty.
Smart pitch there, off-speed pitch, first pitch against Moreland, looking to get a fastball right away.
Moreland 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, and Berea kept him in check.
Ramirez getting ready now in the bullpen also for the Angels.
Two balls, 1 strike. Right-handed batter, Xander Bogaerts on deck.
This might be just a one batters scenario for Jose Alvarez.
Moreland hits one out toward left center field, chasing Young back. It's over his head. One hops the monster. Heading to third is J.D. Martinez. He's going to be stopped right there as the throw gets cut off. It's a double for Mitch Moreland. Are you a little surprised that Young gave up on it as quickly as he did?
Yeah, it seemed like he was worried about getting that carom off the wall if he get back there, especially with a 1-1 game. He made a great play going back to his glove side. Held at J.D. Martinez again at third base. They almost had a shot at back picking him as he almost went through the stop sign at third.
Intentional walk to Bogaerts, loads him up, 1 out. Brock Holt, the second baseman, at the plate. Takes downstairs. Holt so far tonight 0 for 2. A ground down, a strikeout looking. Two and 0. Jose ready. Not an easy battle either for Alvarez, as Brock Holt this year against left-handed pitching 8 for 19.
And he runs well, not easy to double up either.
Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. They're loaded up. Martinez at third, Moreland at second, Bogaerts at first. 2-1. Missed in. That was very close.
Pitch cast, that's a strike, lower part of the strike zone on a breaking ball.
Rising to their feet here at Fenway. Holt takes a strike right on the outside part of the plate. Full count.
It's also one of his dangerous pitches against Holt. He'll try to punch that ball to left field against a left-handed pitcher.
3-2. Chase the off-speed pitch, bounces it foul. walked him. Boston leads it 2-1.
Being that run of Jaime Barrias, he left that runner on first base, goes all the way around to score, now giving Boston the lead here.
Here's Devers. One for two with a home run. Briseño out to pay a visit. Alvarez coming on in relief, not worked out here. Home run by Devers to straightaway center field, his 13th of the year. A 1 pitch. Reaching for it, fouls it back 0-2. Moreland, the base runner, standing at third base. He doubled off of Alvarez. Bogarts was intentionally walked. He's at second. Now Holt with the bases loaded walk at first. Chopper gloved by Alvarez. Look to second, comes home instead. It's a 1-2-3 double play. But Boston takes the lead on the bases loaded walk. It's 2-1 Red Sox. We head to the 7th. Dodgers, the first 10,000 kids in attendance will receive a youth trout jersey courtesy of Angels Radio, AM 830 while supplies last. For more information, go to angels.com. It's 2-1. Boston leads it as we start the 7th. Brandon Workman called upon here to pitch the 7th inning as the Angels have the bottom third of their order coming up. That run, by the way, that Boston scored gets charged to Jaime Barrias. So Barrias ends up going 5 1/3, 5 hits, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 runs, both earned. Workman pitching his 10th game, 2nd appearance of the series. Young, Briseño, and Hermosillo. Young 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly ball to left.
She had a conversation with Maria, and Alvarez able to get the double play to finish off that inning. It's always tough when you're a reliever coming in for a game, especially with a runner left on base, and he comes around to score on the starting pitcher. I like to see that from Maria right there. Did a good job as far as limiting that damage after having the bases loaded.
One ball, 2 strikes. Two. This is the 9 games that Workman has pitched in. Total of 9 innings, 5 hits allowed, 11 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Two now to Young. Off the plate, full count.
Quick look back. And then Hickox, you see if he was going to call that a strike off the outside part of the plate, though.
Three-two. Young strikes out, swinging on the breaking ball. One away. Here comes Briseño.
See if he can jump on that very first pitch thrown in this inning here. He's got good power, 2 home runs, 4 RBI, 3 total extra base hits in his career.
Jose 0 for 2 with the strikeout and a ground out.
That on that shoulder, that pine tar.
Have to shout it out after the game.
Yes.
1-1. 1-2.
And chased 2 sliders so far in this at bat.
Cole Calhoun's come out to the on deck circle. He'll bat for Hermosillo. Briseño goes down swinging. 2 outs. Back-to-back strikeouts for Workman.
4 straight strikeouts now. The Angels hitters against Red Sox pitching out of the bullpen.
So here's Cole. Hermosillo finishes game going 1 for 2. Cole with a multi-hit game last night, going 2 for 5, 2 singles. Did not get to start today with the spot start by the left-hander Brian Johnson. 3 infielders on the right side. Brock Holt out in shallow right field. Velasquez. They go 2 innings for Boston. 1 hit, 3 strikeouts, 1 hit batter. That was Trout.
Now it's a good opportunity on a 2-0 count for Cole to be sitting on a fastball, try to turn on it and crush it out the right center field.
3 balls, no strikes. Top of the order, Kinsler on deck. Handles it. Noe Ramirez loosening. He'll pitch the bottom of the 7th. 2-1 Boston here in the 7th inning. And a 4-pitch walk with 2 outs.
So often you see that 2-out walk comes back to haunt you as a pitcher. See if Kinsler can make him pay for that mistake. Home run last night for Kinsler. 245 of them in his career.
One for 3-9 for Ian. Lifts this one out to left field. Shallow left. Benintendi comes in. That'll do it for the Angels here in the 7th. It's a 2-1 Red Sox lead. Stretch time at Fenway Park. Time now for the Nissan Game Break with Jose Mota.
Well, what a nice bounce back for Angels right-hander starter from Panama, Jaime Barria. Nice job in terms of just keeping the ball down. He told me between starts the key was going to be pitching off the plate with his fastball arm side and also implementing a tighter breakable, which he did today. Very impressive against JD Martinez. That's it right there. As he said, fastball in off the plate against a very hot team, a very hot hitter, and then spread around, use out breakable. Nice finisher, every single one of them from both of the batter's boxes, lefties and righties. And for the Angels, one of only 2 hitters who's had success against lefty this season. He and Mike Trout, number 5 for Simba. Now for the Angels offense, the uphill battle continues because now against their bullpen, they brought an average of only .089, talking about the Boston relievers. So it's time to get to work here and get some offense. This has been your Nissan Game Break. Before we go back to the booth, here's a message from Nissan.
A total of 4 hits this evening, but the one and only one that has counted thus far is the Andrelton Simmons home run that occurred in the 4th inning. Angels are down 2-1 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Mike Scioscia hands the ball off to Noe Ramirez, replacing Jose Alvarez. Noe pitching in his 38th game, 3-3 with a 4.14 ERA, 45 plus innings, 58 strikeouts, and 17 walks. And Ramirez will get 8, 9, and 1 for the Red Sox here in their half of the 7th. It's Vasquez, Bradley, and Betts coming to the plate. Cole stays in the game, plays right. Christian Vasquez 1 for 2, singled his last plate appearance. That was in the 5th. Jose Alvarez ends up going 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 2 walks, 1 was intentional, no runs charged to him. Go ahead run charge to Barria. So Kelly getting ready, had a rough night last night. If the Angels can do something against him or Trout. It's good to lead things off in the 8th. Keep it a 1-run deficit. Noe gives up a base hit to lead off this 7th inning. Second hit of the night for Vasquez, 4th of the series. Here comes Jackie Bradley Jr. Noe, of course, came up with Boston. He's a 4th-round pick by the Red Sox in 2011. Cal State Fullerton. Got into 2 games at the major league level with the Red Sox last year, and the Angels eventually were able to pick him up off waivers in August. There's one guy that would like for the month of June to just be over with already. It's Noe. It's been a tough one for him after such a terrific start. Bradley looks at a strike. 9th place hitter, 0 for 2. He struck out in the 3rd, popped out in the 5th. Hit by Vasquez, the 6th that the Red Sox have collected tonight. So a pleasant night after all the rain this morning and this afternoon. This is chopper foul. That was a last-second swing by Jackie Bradley Jr. Those you worry about the
catcher's interference.
Yes.
There's letting the baseball travel, and then there's that. Then they go really deep in the strike zone.
And then there's the check swing and let the bat helicopter for a non-strike, as we saw last night. 0-2. That is out toward right field. Hit well. Calhoun is back, and it's no longer a 1-run deficit. Noe Ramirez has been plagued by the long ball this month. Gives up a 2-run blast, and it is 4-1 Boston.
That's one of those pitches that you want to make sure, especially ahead of the count like that, you don't want to throw anything near the strike zone. That's that high fastball. And he brought his hands up and he crushed that ball to right center field.
It's a 6th home run that Noe has allowed in his 10 games this month. He's now given up 11 runs in 13+ innings. Betts takes a breaking ball for a strike, so a single and a home run. 4-1 Sox, nobody out. Betts at the plate. He's 1 for 3. That skies went out to right center field. Not very deep. Young has to come in on it. Calhoun gives way to Chris. 1 out. Andrew Benintendi at the plate. 1 out, nobody on.
Jackie Bradley Jr. has really hit the ball well against the Angels this entire season.
It's the left side. Simba to the left. Two down. There's JD Martinez. Benintendi 0 for 4 with that ground down. Martinez hitless tonight so far. Ground down, fly ball to center to walk. Scored the go-ahead run on the bases loaded walk to Brock Holt. 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. 1-2.
Boston with 2 more home runs tonight. Now 118 on the season for the Red Sox.
Another 1-2. JD strikes out swinging. That'll do it for Boston, but a single to lead off by Vasquez. The home run by Bradley makes it 4-1 Sox as we head to the 8th. Franchise mode and much more. RBI Baseball 18 available now. Learn more at RBIGame.com. It's rated E for everyone. Joe Kelly replaces Brandon Workman here in the 8th inning. Jackie Bradley extended the Red Sox lead to 4-1. Trout coming up to lead things off. Upton and Pujols to follow.
Mike Trout has reached base 165 times in his 82 games this season for Mike Trout, including a walk and a hit by pitch tonight. It's averaging a little over 2 times per game on base for Trout.
Takes a breaking ball for a strike. 0 for 1. Walk and hit by pitch. No balls, 2 strikes. Kelly last night 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 1 strikeout, 2 runs, 1 earned. Facing 6 batters before being lifted. 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
3 sliders so far in the sequence against Trout. And a lot of fastballs last night.
Up to on deck. Trout takes upstairs. 2-2.
Might see a slider here on a 2-2 count, though. That was one of those fastballs for show, potentially to go back to a slider.
Full count. Congratulations to Oregon State Beavers for the College World Series, shutting out Arkansas 5-0. What could have been for the Razorbacks last night.
It's about a second or third championships for Oregon State, I think.
Trout works the walk. Not
Another
surprising.
walk. Yes, 71 walks. That 166 times on base in 82 games for Trout.
By the way, that was after an 0-2 count.
Yes. Third title since 2006 for Oregon State. Pretty good job of recruiting to get players. They get a lot of California players up there at Oregon State also.
Freshman Kevin Abel. 3-hit shutout, 129 pitches, retired the last 20 batters in a row.
Wow.
Here's Upton, leadoff man on board. Justin 0 for 3. Kelly very deliberate on the mound.
Especially in a 4-1 game to pay that much attention. Although Trout can steal bases, he's got 13 of them. That run doesn't mean anything for the Angels at this point. You want to get some more runners on. You want to get Upton, get on base, and let Albert get to the plate representing the tying run.
Oh, 1. No balls, 2 strikes. Oakland won earlier this afternoon against the Tigers 4-2. Seattle over Baltimore 4-2.
Would sweep that 4-game set in Detroit.
Oakland's played very good baseball of late.
At 10-2 in the last 12 games. Were they behind one of those games in Detroit 6-0, came back and won.
Oh, 2. Up to bounce and foul. Reset and do it again. Houston still leading Tampa Bay 1-0 in the 9th inning. For the Rays, another pretty good pitching performance. One or two. bullpen start today. Stanek, kid from Kansas, started, went inning 2/3. Yarbrough went 6 1/3.
Yarbrough has been very effective coming out of the bullpen after a reliever pitched his first or second inning.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff walk to Trout after he got ahead 0-2. Got ahead 0-2 on Upton. Now he's taking 2 balls, 2 strikes. Almost hits Justin. Full count.
That was right around that shoulder height. Turned out of the way at the last second. Looking to get on base. Give Albert a chance to tie it up.
Trout on the move, 3-2. This is a base hit to left field. Trout will turn and go to third base, or at least try, and he will get there safely. No throw by Benintendi. First and third with nobody out here in the 8th.
Trout turned on the afterburners. Benintendi was a smart decision to throw to second. You keep a double play in order, especially with a 4-1 lead. It might have been different if you're talking about the tying run going to third, but Trout able to get to third base. Good at bat there by Upton. Fell behind 0-2 and then an up and in 2-2 pitch, and then eventually with a base hit.
Trout at third, Upton at first. 4-1 Boston here in the 8th. Red Sox do have action in their bullpen. Albert 0 for 3. 2 ground outs and a line out.
Good swing there by Albert. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. That was the heart of the plate, though. Albert doesn't swing at the first pitch often, but that was a pitch that hit a long way, and he had a good swing at it.
Oh, what pitch? Albert hits one out to center field. It's a base hit, brings home Trout. It's 4-2 Boston. Still nobody out here in the 8th. Pujols picks up his 43rd run batted in. So 3 batters faced by Joe Kelly. The struggles he had last night continue here this evening.
And he hadn't given up a run to the Angels in his career, but back-to-back games he has struggled. Runs that fastball in. Albert just enough as far as bringing his hands inside, hits that ball to center field to pick up his 43rd RBI of the season. Now this 39 RBI away from 2,000 in his career.
Thing is, too, Kelly ahead of the count on the first 2 batters at 0-2. Here's Andrelton Simmons, a home run back in the 4th. 1 for 3 tonight. Corner infielders playing in as if Simmons is going to drop a bunt, but it's not in the Angels' plans. 1-0.
Seemed like Joe Kelly was preoccupied with trying to keep Trout close at first, and that threw off his rhythm, and he's really been slow as far as delivering the pitches here. Each batter. Don't remember him being that way. You always remember him being very quick.
Very deliberate last night as well. Home run for Simba, his 5th of the year. 1-0 pitch. He'll shoot one out to right field. Bat's got a terrific jump. Robs Simba of a base hit. There's the first down of the inning.
That's when it comes into play, playing shallow outfield and right field for Betts. As you're playing back at almost a no doubles defense, that's going to fall in front. That ball is hit very well by Simmons. Tracks it down.
David Fletcher now at the plate. Starting third baseman tonight, 1 for 3, single in the second.
I think Albert's got to be careful of the back picks, but a right-handed batter up in this situation with Vasquez and Moreland behind Pujols now at first.
Fletcher swings and drives one out to left field. Benintendi going back near the wall, leaps up, and he makes the catch. Wow! They might have a play at first, but Brock Holt doesn't pay attention, doesn't fire it. Otherwise, this inning is over. What a play by Andrew Benintendi, leaping at the last second, robbing Fletcher of extra bases.
Yeah, it's that home field advantage, knowing where to go back on a baseball. I saw it with Mookie Betts coming in on the baseball and Benintendi going back, playing another shallow outfield, but leaps up just in front of the wall. Jackie Bradley Jr. made an outstanding play earlier, so 3 really good plays by all 3 outfielders in this game for Boston. And they had a play at first base, and Albert all the way around trying to score, and Holt unable to make the throw over. Otherwise, the inning's over. 2 baseballs hit very well, nothing to show for it.
Luis Valbuena will pinch hit here for Chris Young. So Chris finishes the game going 0 for 3. Albert had grounded second, so had to retouch and get back to first. Valbuena 216 on the year, 1 for 11 as a pinch hitter. Skies went out to center field on the very first pitch. And the Angels here in the 8th get 1. It's 4-2 Boston as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. SoCal Mazda dealers. Blake Parker takes over on the mound. Noe Ramirez went 1 inning, gave up the 2 runs on the home run by Jackie Bradley Jr. Parker making the appearance tonight, his 38th of the season. 1-on-1 with a 3.29 ERA, 9 saves, 47 strikeouts, 13 walks in 38 plus innings. And here in the Red Sox half of the 8th inning, it'll be Moreland, Bogaerts, and Holt. Cole Calhoun stays in game in center field. And David Fletcher is in right. He's found point over third. Moreland had cut through the first one. No balls and a strike. Moreland 1 for 3, had a double in the 6th.
Break a ball right there for Parker. Also through that splitter.
Moreland reaching for it, bounces it. That's a fair ball. Pujols taking himself one out. Brings up Xander Bogaerts. Double, 2 walks. He's been on board 3 times.
Well, it looked like I got the inside part of the plate to break a ball from Parker. So he starts in that split finger grip.
Two balls, no strikes. Craig Kimbrell getting ready. Angels in the 9th inning have Briseño, Calhoun, and Kinsler.
4-out save last night for Kimbrell.
Lifted foul out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Well, the big glove, make the play.
Let's flash it some leather and then some. Two on from Blake. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Handles with 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Stranded 8 base runners tonight. Boston 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They've left 6 on. Now the 2-2. Bogaerts down the line, backhanded by Luis. 2 down.
Tell you what, Boston has made some outstanding plays in the outfield this evening. All 3 outfielders.
Yep. Knowing their ballpark,
Yep.
knowing to which lengths they can go, going back on the baseball.
You get more work because the warning track here is deeper than normal. So when you're going back from the grass to that warning track, you got a little bit more time to get back before you get to the wall. Benintendi made an outstanding play there. Last half inning.
Brock Holt drew a bases loaded walk against Jose Alvarez in the 6th inning. At that point, snapped the 1-1 tie. Sharply, but right to Angelton Simmons was shading him perfectly. 1-2-3, 8th inning for Blake Parker. Off the 9th inning. Halos 8-9-1 coming up, down by 2 runs. authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Craig Kimbrell takes over on the mound and trying to close it out for the Red Sox. Came in and got the 4-out save last night, picking up 3 strikeouts. And it looks like he's going to get Maldonado pinch hitting for Jose Briseño. So Briseño finishes the game going 0 for 3. Maldonado hitting .243 on the season, 4 home runs and 29 runs batted in.
Kimbrell's fastball 95 to 100. Hard curveball. I threw a lot of curveballs last night.
Maldonado is the man who struck out against Kimbrell to end the game last night. Maldonado, Calhoun, Kinsler. Fastball for a strike. Counting up at a ball with a strike. 1-1 game. The Angels took the lead in the 4th of the Simmons home run. Devers tied it up at the bottom of the 5th with a home run to center. Rock called the base loaded walk. The 6th gave Boston a 2-1 lead. 1-2 on Martinez.
Really, your goal in this inning is to get Trout to the plate. So Mike Trout would be up 4th in this inning.
Up first base side, Maldonado, or pardon me, Moreland and Vasquez. Moreland can't get there. Just not hit high enough. One ball, 2 strikes.
Up and in on a fastball. Maldonado 0 for 3 in his career versus Kimbrell, looking for that first hit against him.
Cole Calhoun on deck. 2-2 now. Flare into foul territory. Long run for Moreland, but it's off the netting.
He's getting a workout in this at bat.
For sure.
Angel fan. That baseball. Now he changed it up there. Now he's become a Red Sox fan again.
He's got a Boston jersey on. Another 2-2. There goes Maldonado. 1 out. Calhoun walked in his 1 and only plate appearance in the 7th inning. That was as a pinch hitter. We'll see who got the start and right. Down and in. That goes off the shin guard of the home plate umpire, Ed Hickox.
Kimbrel threw 28 pitches last night. Picking up that 4-out save.
Two balls, no strikes. All three pitches missing down and in.
Oh, what a chance to have 2 walks now, potentially. And you would likely get a chance to get Trout up in this inning.
Kinsler on deck. And there's a 4-pitch walk. So Cole's been up twice and has worked the walk twice. Brings up the tying run at the plate. He hit tonight 1 for 4, had a single in the 3rd inning. Takes a fastball for a strike.
Kids are 0 for 2 in his career versus Kimbrel with a walk.
One pitch. He takes a breaking ball for a strike. 1-2. Two down. They go back to the fastball. Kinsler down swinging as Trout comes to the plate with an opportunity here against Kimbrel.
This is all you were hoping for now with Trout at the plate. Any contact at all against Kimbrel and go a long way from Trout. 2 walks, hit by pitch, scored a run, on base 3 times. Painted the outside corner at 96.
Trout grounded out at the 1st, walked to the 3rd, hit by a pitch in the 5th, walked and scored in the 8th. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Trout still looking for that first career home run in this ballpark. What a time it would be if he gets that first one here.
Trout did not face Kimbrel last night. 1-2.
Looks like he's going to hit a home run. He's going to have to go to right center field. He stayed away all 3 pitches.
Moreland playing behind Calhoun at first. 1-2 count, 2 outs. We're in the 9th. 4-2 Boston. Calhoun takes off. Trout strikes out. Swing to the Angels. Gets swept here by the Red Sox, and in the season series tonight, the final 4-2.
Boy, a tough one here tonight. Jackie Bradley Jr. was outstanding this entire season. He's our Land Rover above and beyond player of the game. He had a 2-run home run. Give him the lead there, and also made an outstanding defensive play.